Hello and welcome to this video on cross-elasticity of demand. In this video we're going to look at what it means, how to calculate it, and then be able to distinguish between two results here, complementary and substitutes. So let's start off. What does cross-elasticity of demand mean? Well, cross-elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded for one good to a change in the price of another good. So here we're looking at the changes in demand for one particular item, let's say tennis balls, when we change the price of something else, let's say tennis rackets. So here is our formula. The cross-elasticity of demand equals the percentage change in quantity demanded of good X, one good, divided by the percentage change in price of another good Y. And here you can see we call this XED because X looks like a cross, so cross elasticity of demand. So let's make sure that we've got this formula down in our notes. Again, we can use these triangles to work things out. If we know the percentage change in quantity demanded of good X, and we know the cross elasticity of demand, then we can do one divided by the other to work out what the percentage change in the price of good Y was. So let's have a look at an example. Calculate the cross-elasticity demand for Snickers bars with Mars chocolate bars if the price of a Mars bar falls by 10 cents from 60 cents and the quantity demanded of Snickers in a shop goes from 200 to 150. And are Mars bars and Snickers here complementary, i.e. when the price of one falls, we buy more of the other? Or are they substitutes? When the price of one falls, we buy less of the other? Well, we can work out the answer here. So let's first of all start about the change in demand for good X. The change in demand here relates to Snickers, and we can see that the quantity demand has gone from 200 down to 150. So that's a fall of 50 over the original 200. So that's a 25% decrease in the demand for Snickers. What's happened here in terms of the price of Mars bars? Well, they have fallen by 10 cents from 60 cents. So they've gone down by 10 cents from the original price of 60 cents. That's the change. So here we have a fall in price of Mars bars of 16.7%. If we put the two together in our formula, we get here a cross elasticity of demand of 1.5. And we call this the cross elasticity demand coefficient. What is this telling us? It's telling us if the price of Mars bars changes, the demand or the change in demand for Snickers will be 1.5 times as large. Okay. Now it's important here that we interpret the result. Now in the last one we got a positive result. The number was positive 1.5. And what that tells us, what that was telling us there, is that as the price of Mars bars decreased, more people were buying Mars bars and less people were buying Snickers because the amount of Snickers sold decreased. So we would describe this as being a substitute because as Mars bars got cheaper, people moved from Snickers to Mars bars. They're a substitute for each other. Had we received a negative answer, then the opposite would have been the case. Had the price of Mars bars gone down and yet people had bought more Snickers, that would have told us that people want a Snickers alongside their Mars bar so that they complement each other. And in this situation, it's no surprise that we got an answer that it was a substitute because they're kind of rival products. Had we thought of using tennis balls and tennis rackets, actually we might have seen something different. As the price of tennis rackets fell, we might see the demand for tennis balls increase, which would give us a negative cross-elasticity of demand. So a substitute good is one where the demand of the good decreases as the price of the other good decreases. So if the price of Mars bars falls and more people buy Mars bars, then the demand for Snickers goes down. They are substitutes. They're substitute goods for each other. A complementary good is where demand for the good increases as the price of the other good decreases. So for example, if the price of tennis rackets falls, then the demand for tennis balls should increase. So in this video, we've looked at what is meant by cross-elasticity of demand. We've calculated cross-elasticity demand, and we looked at the difference between complementary and substitute goods. That's it. Thanks for listening.